Hey everybody, it's Christina Holloway here. It's been a crazy month. This is the end of June, and I gotta say, this has been quite an experience. The first half of June, I lost my YouTube account. For some reason, the channel fell off my Google account, and I could not get to my channel at all. So I couldn't add any videos. I couldn't look at anything on the back end, and I was really frustrated. But luckily, YouTube support was able to help me, so that was really great. But it took most of the month to figure it out. So I'm only now creating videos again. And then last week we had pretty bad storms that came through here, and my sump pump gave out. So it turned out I had to do, I had remediation come in, and I had about 2 feet, 2 inches, not 2 feet, 2 inches of water in my basement, and I've been dealing with that. So first half of the month, technical problems, second half of the month, water problems. So I'm kind of going to be glad to have June behind me. But luckily the month is ending on a high note because it's my nephew's birthday today. So he's turning 16, and I'm really excited to spend the day with him and enjoy his company because he's just wonderful and I love him so much. So it's not so bad. The month isn't that bad, but I'll be glad to put a lot of it behind me. So anyway, I don't have a really polished video for today. I'm going to just speak off the top of my head in terms of the framework that I developed on how to start a job strong. So let's get started with this framework. Now, I've been a coach for quite a few years now, but the past year, with the pandemic and the work from home and a lot of changes and pivots in the way people show up to work, many of my clients have decided after working with me, I don't think I like this job anymore. I'm going to go find something else. And so that's what they do. They move on, they find a new job, and then they want to work with me on how to start strong. And the framework that I developed here that I'm going to present today, well, it's part of it, but we developed it. I was working with a client who actually had accepted a job in the C-suite, and she was really excited. This was a big move for her, and she was like, I have to start strong. I have to establish authority immediately, and I have to show them that I can hit the ground running. This was a big job, and it also was a position that she filled because somebody else wasn't able to do it. So she needed to show that, one, she was strong enough for the position, and then two, she could take the job and then pivot the business because that's what they were looking for. They needed change. Even though I developed this framework for a person in the C-suite, an executive, that doesn't mean that it's only intended for executives. It's something that can be used across the board. So if you're just getting hired as an associate, or you just out of college and you're getting a new job, maybe you just gotten into a management position and this is a big step for you, or you're going to go to the executive suite, but not like a C-suite. You'll be a vice president or a president, or you'll have some sort of comptroller, executive level position. It works across the board. So it's a 30, 60, 90-day framework, and here's how we do it. In the first 30 days, you're going to spend your time understanding and developing systems and protocols. What does that mean? If you're at the bottom, you need to know and understand how the company functions, what the functionality is for the business, and how you fit into that functionality. So, and of course, you do want to take your first 30 days to get comfortable with this type of job. What do they expect of me? How am I supposed to show up? Who am I supposed to work with? Who are the stakeholders? Always know who your stakeholders are. Who are the people that actually are decision makers, who are looking at me and saying, maybe I'd like that person on my team. Maybe I have a big project and I'd like to challenge them. Find out who those people are, and then understand what your position is. Do you get to ask to be on certain projects? Do you get decision making? Are you allowed to be a decision maker, or do you just take tasks and run with them? Are you allowed to change any of the protocols? Because this was the one thing that my client was worried about, is I'm going to come in and put my stamp on everything, and the reason was because she was being hired. The previous person wasn't able to do it. Understand why you've been hired. In those first 30 days, am I revising protocols? Am I taking projects and programs and up-leveling them? Are they expecting me to put my stamp on any of these projects? Just ask a lot of questions, get to know the people around you. The first 30 days is really like your orientation, getting used to it. And if you don't have somebody who's driving you forward at orientation, or somebody that you can shadow for a while, start asking these active questions. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Who am I supposed to talk to? What documentation can I read that's going to help me understand what my job really is once you get in there? Okay, number two, so this is after 60 days. So in the first 30 days, you'll work on systems and protocols, but on the next 30 days, you're going to start figuring out what your goals and objectives are. And I know this may seem like it's quite early, but here's the thing. There's goals and objectives that you have for your career, and then there's goals and objectives that you have for your current position. What do you want out of that job? What experience are you trying to get? What are you going to earn, this experience that you're going to earn or learn, and then how are you going to leverage it to get to the next level? And it's never too soon to think about those things. You're sitting in this space and asking yourself, what am I going to do? Now, when you do ask yourself those questions, here's the other part of it, the part that keeps it in context is, what are my goals and objectives in relation to what I've just learned about this position? You spent the first 30 days understanding systems and protocols, and now you're spending the next 30 days understanding how your goals and objectives fit inside those protocols. Again, what's my job? What am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to work with? When do I get really into bigger projects where I can learn bigger things? What's going on, Og? How you doing? He's all right. So this part of your goals and objectives is really about learning exactly how you fit as a puzzle piece here, and where the things that you want for yourself, how they mesh with what they want from you in terms of your job. Now, the third part is developing and communicating your strategy and expectations. Once you understand what your role is and who the people are around you, then you understand your goals and objectives, which is, this is what I'm going to try to accomplish in this position. Then you want to understand what's the strategy that's going to take you to that next level. And here we are at 90 days inside your job, and you're still able to figure out what's the strategy going forward. That's the first 3 months of having a position. And within the first year, you want to be able to have a review of your performance, and you want to be in alignment with those things. To start strong, you think about these things very early on, once you've gotten in there. And of course, you're going to pivot a lot. Things are going to change. People are going to move in and out. You're going to get along with a bunch of people, and then they'll leave, and you'll not get along with other people, and you'll understand, my job is changing and evolving, and where do I change and evolve to go with it? So in this instance, this 90 days after the first 3 months of having this position, having this job, what you really want to know and understand is, how do I fit in here? How does it align with my goals and objectives for this position? And then what's the strategy that's going to help propel me forward? I'm going to ask to get on new projects. I'm going to start looking around at who are the bigger players around here in the department, and who do I get in front of. Stakeholders always, they're going to write reviews for you. They're going to speak on your behalf. You want to get in front of those people. And again, if you need to know what my framework is on a personal brand, you can download the ebook below. I have a link to it. But this also is about, first, developing your brand. Who are you when you show up to work? And the second part is, well, how will I establish trust? You know, who am I going to get in front of? How am I going to build these strong relationships, especially with these stakeholders? And then how am I going to execute on them? And on that part, it's about your integrity. Do you behave in a specific manner? Lying, cheating, stealing probably isn't going to get you very far, but showing them your integrity, which just means I'm usually transparent. I believe in strong communication. Toss ideas around or have debate. People need to know and understand who you are and where you come from in terms of your approach to work. And then they can either align with you, or they can figure out where you might do best, where you fit best. So I know I went really quick. I know this isn't very polished. This is really just for me to get back in the swing of things, and I'm hoping by July I'll be back into creating great outlines, figuring out the more of the editing with the video. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to click like, be a little patient with me. This was a really hard month. I hope you like the framework. I will share a summary of it down below in the notes, just so that you can follow along while I'm talking, because I feel like I'm really rushed or I'm talking really quick. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed the content. Feel free to like, subscribe, even share my video. Maybe not this one, maybe one of the more polished ones, but you know, It is what it is. So, looking forward to the second half of the year. Starting July 1st, we're looking at the second half of 2021. Can't believe that that's happening. And when we do, we're going to talk more about what it means to show up to work strong. We're going to do more about how to find a good position to end the year strong if you're still looking for work. Just tips, techniques, how to get in, how to do your interviews, how to figure out who you want to work for, who you really are, and then once you're in there, if you're in a great job, how do I show up just a little bit bigger, just a little bit better? How do I get to be more me, right? So, and if you are interested in hearing me talk about any topic, anything at all that you're struggling with, please make a note. Drop me a note down below and let me know, this is what I'm kind of struggling with. Is there anything that you can do to give me advice on this? Happy to, happy to. So, all right. Hope you have a good week, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.